I cannot believe what we just witnessed from Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs with a 3 to tie the game and a 3 to put the Spurs up big late. That was just a little bit of what Victor Wembanyama had to show with 36 points, 5 blocks, nailing 6 threes, giving the Chicago Bulls their first home loss of the season. But it doesn't end with Wemby. Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and even one key bench player completely has changed the tone around this team and just how good the Spurs can be. But hey, if you want the Spurs to win more games, we're 8-2 right now. Hit that subscribe button. We just passed 11,000. Thank you so much. But we got content like this coming before every game, after every game, every single day. And if you want your home for the Spurs, this is it. Keenan, let's take a look at the box score. So many places we can go, and we will get to Wemby later, I promise. There's a lot we have to talk about with him, but why not open with his backup, Luke Kornet, who was out with some mysterious injuries, the ankle, then all of a sudden a shoulder sprain, but he was listed as questionable before this game, and he came in and he played incredibly well. I don't know what it is. He just gets the lobs when Wemby doesn't, but 6 for 6 from the field, Keenan, some clutch free throws, 16 and 7. This guy is really such a huge part of giving the Spurs success, and I love what I'm seeing from Luke Kornet.
Offensively, he gives a level of just ease to the offense because Wemby's on the outside. You're able to lob it up to him and he can finish around the basket, as we saw, 6 for 6. But he did hit free throws late, and then defensively, he also can protect the rim and allow Wemby to roam a little bit more. I love when they have Kornet in, and he was a huge miss for the San Antonio Spurs when Wemby was off of the court. We didn't have a rim protector, and a lot of the times teams were getting downhill on us, and that was when we were losing those couple games that we did lose. But overall, I loved what I saw from Luke Kornet today.
Oh, it's unreal. Like, again, just such a shift with this team, and it's crazy to see. Like, yeah, we lost a couple games in there, but to still be 8-2 after Kornet has missed 7 games, I think, and then Dylan Harper's out right now, and to have Fox only come back for these last 2, it's incredible what the Spurs have done. And yes, this was a trap game, as the Chicago Bulls were without Josh Giddey and were without Kobe White. You're thinking, well, this is probably an easy one, but they did not make it easy. They were nailing threes. Matas Buzelis was hitting a ton of threes. Kevin Huerter was lighting it up from deep. It was nuts, but it was a lot of the Spurs supporting cast that did some good stuff, and we'll talk about Fox as well. At half, once again, Keenan just putting up a second quarter show. Don't know what it is, but both games since he's returned, he's been dominant in that second quarter, finishing the game with 21, 4, and 5. Yes, he had 6 turnovers. You can tell he's still getting back into the swing of things. A lot of these turnovers were kick-out passes off a drive where there was no one there, just not really feeling the teammate chemistry quite yet, and that's kind of to be expected with a guy who barely has the sample size of playing with this team. But 8 for 14 from the field, very efficient. De'Aaron Fox has been incredibly impressive, and again, he just alleviates the pressure off Wemby, which I'm sure Wemby felt tonight for sure.
Yes, late in shot clock, he is going to give the option for people to get downhill. Like, he can just calm things for the offense. I love to have De'Aaron Fox back. It really shows what kind of chaotic nature the Spurs can play sometimes within the half court. We do really well getting out in transition, especially when Stephon Castle's leading it, the way he's been dishing the ball 3 straight games with 10 plus assists, 13, 13, and 11. But De'Aaron Fox getting downhill, De'Aaron Fox creating offense for himself and getting quality shots every possession, whether they're mostly right now for himself, but he can facilitate for others as well. I love what I'm seeing from Fox. I'm glad that he's back.
And, I want to touch on something you mentioned there, and that's Stephon Castle. Now, I did a video yesterday about his incredible playmaking, 13 assists, 14 assists, and I don't know what got into him. He jumped into the top 10 in the NBA in assists per game, and he's staying there after tonight. 19 points, 11 assists, 8 for 18 shooting. Would have been a decent shooting night for him last year, but that's below his season average. The dude's shooting 50% from the field on the season. Not to mention 5 boards and 3 steals, a plus 15, and that's all in just 32 minutes. I mean, Keenan, are you surprised at all that Stephon Castle, even with De'Aaron Fox back, has kind of taken over that primary playmaking role? Because like I've said so many times before, this guy was not drafted to be a playmaker. He was not even really a point guard at UConn. Like, he was really just a combo guard. And yeah, we thought maybe there was some ball handling upside, and we knew he could dribble the ball and score on ball. But this is a complete revelation. I don't know where this came from. But you look, he led the team in assists. He had more assists than Wemby and Fox combined. Like, The whole team had 30. He had 11 of them. And I don't know where this came from, but he's like, what he said, what Mitch Johnson said, like, he's just letting the game come to him. He's making these simple passes, these lobs to Cornette, these little dumb passes in tight. He's not trying to force anything, and it is doing wonders for his game, not only in terms of the assist, but also the buckets he's getting too. It's still a little out of control, but the efficiency's up. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Stephon Castle night in, night out right now.
I love it. I love it. It reminds you a little bit of young Westbrook. This is before Westbrook was really on his triple-double, like I'm kind of have the ball every possession. When you were, he was a 2, obviously, with Darren Collison playing at UCLA, and then he really comes into the league and he develops into a 1. You see a little bit of that with the hyper-athleticism from Castle. 5 turnovers against Houston, 2 against the Pelicans, only 1 tonight. I love the fact that he's making plays without turning the ball over. It is shocking to me because I thought Fox was going to come back and be more of that playmaker.
Me too.
But Fox is really showing right now that he's getting to his spots and he is putting the ball in the basket for himself, which we need because we need that guy one-on-one. And I love it. And I've talked about this before. Castle, when he is making quick and fast decisions with the ball, and I think that's what he's doing. He's not having to bring the ball up and try to set everything up always. Fox can bring it up, get him on the wing, and Castle can really just get downhill and make the plays off of what he sees from the defense. And when you can slow the game down for him and he can really dissect the defense, it's great. He's doing a very great job at it right now.
It's crazy, and like the feel has come so fast, right? It takes a lot of guys a long time to get that kind of feel for the game, but he's got it. But again, all these things are just leading, like having that backup center again to alleviate some pressure, having Fox there as a scoring threat, Castle improving his playmaking game by like tenfold over the course of 3 games. It's all helping Victor Wembanyama. And look, these moments at the end of this game, Keenan, were absolutely breathtaking. That first pull-up 3 on Vucevic, I was shocked when he pulled up for it. And then when he hit it, I was like, oh yeah, he's just going to get the next one. I mean, threes all over. He was raining threes. Wemby, OMG. I mean, yeah, Wemby means this was everyone's reaction. He gave the Spurs the lead late in the fourth. 38-12, 5-5, second most points versus the Bulls in Spurs history behind only George Gervin. And yet this breaks a tie with Tim Duncan for the 5th most 30-10, 5-5 games of all time. But it still doesn't end there. According to the Spurs official page, he's the first player in history, Keenan, with a 35-point, 10 rebound, 5 assist, 5 3-pointer, and 5 block game. There is nothing he can't do. He nearly outscored the Bulls on his own in the fourth. Wemby took this game over. This is what we have wanted to see for the last number of games. Just give the ball to him, let him cook. I mean, he did take a lot of jumpers. He wasn't getting to the rim as much, but when his jumper is on, no one can stop him. And even the defense too, Keenan, the amount of times the Bulls ran away from him as they were driving was insane in that fourth and was a huge reason why we held the other team to only 19. What an insane game for Wemby. This one is going to go down, at least in this season's highlight reel. For a lot of guys, this would be a career game. This is just probably going to be one of his probably better games of the season.
Yeah, and I was looking up his stat line because I saw the 40, 10, 5, and 5, not even the threes added in. And I saw 15 guys ever had 40, 10, 5, and 5 when it comes to points, rebounds, blocks, and assists in a game. Only 15 other times in history that's happened. So obviously that's 38. So he's right in that realm of doing something only done 20 other times in NBA history. But I love Wemby when he gets the ball in the mid post, when he doesn't have to dribble the ball up the floor. That last 3, I love it because then you get Vucevic on a one-on-one and you just he can't guard you. No. He is not doing anything with you, and they were not coming over to double, which I thought was crazy. They said, hey, Wemby, go. But I love when you get Wemby not having to dribble the ball up the court because of the fact that he's so tall that sometimes that dribble is difficult for him. But when you get him in I only got to make 2 or 3 moves to then get to my spot. You saw that a lot in the fourth quarter when he was in the post. That mid-range jumper was going, and then it led to even more threes in the fourth quarter. Love what I saw.
I mean, there's nothing left to say. We were just like, all right, man, look, we got a deficit here in the fourth. Is it going to be Fox time, fourth quarter Fox? Instead, it was just Wemby. And like my favorite part of this whole thing was how he waved off Castle. He said, God, give me the ball. He waved off Castle. He looked at Fox. He said, no, go to the corner. It's like, whoa, all right. Let's see what you can do. And he absolutely cooked Nikola Vucevic. And I mean, look at this. Got him stumbling back. What an insane game, Keenan. The Spurs are 8-2, still second in the West, only behind the OKC Thunder. There is so much left to see with the Spurs. I can't believe what we just saw tonight. And this is just Again, kind of the first real healthy game we've had, and we still don't have Dylan Harper, which is crazy, right? Like, this is still not even the full version of the Spurs team. A lot more crazy things to come. And like we said, if you want the Spurs to win more games just like this, Wemby to dominate, hitting the subscribe button statistically increases the chance that Wemby is going to see the fact that you subscribed and the fact that you told him to play better. So I'm just saying, you want to up your odds of Wemby noticing you, you hit subscribe on this channel, and you're absolutely doing that. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host Keenan Warner. We'll catch y'all in the next one.